Hi, today I will be presenting on managers and leaders and if they're different for assignment 1. About me. My name is Elena Romero. I was born on July 7th, 1994. I am 21 years old and I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, but I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm going to school for my bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and I should graduate hopefully by this December. After, my goal is to move to Phoenix, Arizona. I want to be closer to my dad because that's where he lives. Eventually, I want to go out for the Phoenix police. After getting some experience, I want to try and go out for the FBI and be an FBI agent. More about me. My favorite sport is football, and I like the Dallas Cowboys. My favorite hobby is going to the gym and working out. I love watching Criminal Minds. It's very interesting to me. And I have one dog. His name is Marco. He's half weenie, half beagle. I also have a sister named Christina, and she's 16 years old. Managers and leaders, Article 9. Management is about arranging and telling. Leadership is about nurturing and enhancing. Tom Peters. In this article, managers and leaders have important jobs that help the public and the companies and the corporations they are working for. There are some differences and similarities between managers and leaders. A manager is a problem solver. The manager asks what problems have to be solved and what are the best ways to achieve results so that people will continue to contribute to the corporation or organization. There are many different tactics that leaders and managers use. Managers continually need to coordinate and balance opposing views. Leaders and managers have roles that are crucial to the company and their peers. Leaders and managers must make decisions to better their company and employees. They have to follow policies and set good examples for other people to learn and follow. They take into consideration that everybody learns differently or at a different pace. Tactical interests involve costs as well as benefits. They make organizations fatter and bureaucratic and political intrigue and leaner and direct. Managers and leaders have different attitudes towards goals. They have different conceptions of work, and they also have different relations with others. Style differences. Managers and leaders. Leadership takes an effort to direct affairs and fulfill his or her task. A manager requires that many people operate efficiently at different levels of status and responsibility. Managers act to limit choices. Leaders develop fresh approaches to long-standing problems and open issues to new options. Managers aim to shift balances of power towards solutions acceptable and that compromise among conflicting values. Leaders work from high-risk positions. Some style differences between managers and leaders are, for managers, they're task-oriented, skill-based, they have rational thinking, they're good with events, processes, methods, calculations, authority, they're good at telling people what to do and how to do it. They use the push approach, and they have a status quo. Leaders are people-oriented. They have good attitudes, amazing behavior. They're inspirational, visionary. They like to involve people. They lead through others. They like to listen and motivate. They ask people questions, and they use the pull approach, and they like taking risks. A sense of self. It is explained by William James in this article that in different religious experiences create personality types called the once-born and the twice-born. These personality types have different significances. The once-born their life has been straightforward and their lives have been more or less a peaceful flow since birth. They tend to take things for granted, and they have a sense of self as a guide to conduct and are in harmony with their environment. The twice born have not had life so easy. They are constantly suffering from the struggle and have a hard time with order. They don't take things for granted. They have a feeling of profound separateness. Development of leadership. Leadership is developed in the home. Growing up, you tend to follow your mom and dad. To you, they are leaders. You learn how to lead and be a good leader by working and watching them and how they lead. Having a good family with good morals can lead to a good leader. The psychological readiness of an individual to benefit from such a relationship depends on some experiences in life that force that person to turn inward. Zalznick, page 95. In this article, it is said that many gifted people learn from forming a really good relationship with a teacher rather than learning from a teacher they barely know. For example, Eisenhower and Einstein. In this article, Eisenhower and Einstein had a hard time learning. They were very gifted. Once they met the right teacher that they developed a good relationship with, they were able to learn so many things, and it came easy to them. Abraham Selznick. Abraham Selznick is the author of my article. He was born on January 30th, 1924. He was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was a teacher at Harvard for the Harvard Business School for about 4 decades in Boston, Massachusetts. He wrote about 16 books and over 40 articles. He is a certified clinical psychoanalyst, and he emphasized character above all shaped how leaders took up their lives. He died in 2011 in Boston, Massachusetts. I interviewed an Army Master Sergeant. He feels that managers and leaders have different motivations. He feels that a leader and manager provide a purpose of direction and motivation to accomplish their mission. A good leader is someone who takes into consideration different ways that people learn and using an effective way to teach. They should all have a common goal. They are also responsible for the health and welfare of their subordinates. As the interview went on, he informed me that he does think leaders and managers are different in many ways. A leader is someone who had vested interest in the mission and is willing to assist with the work for the good of the group. A manager is someone who provides tasks and supervises the accomplishment. Although he feels that there is a difference between managers and leaders, he would hope that managers would be leaders. He feels that there are some cons to being a manager/leader as well. Some of these cons include the fact that the person might let the power and label get to their head, and they may become controlling. Extra credit. I link this to reality because in my workplace, to be a manager, you have to start from the bottom and work your way up. There are about 6 different positions that you must go through in order to become a manager. Managers and leaders are always held to a higher standard. Just like in the book, the leaders and managers have certain personalities and qualities. It takes a special kind of person to be in their position. You have to have a lot of patience and you have to be able to deal with different situations. They are role models. They are the people to go to for help and other type of work-related needs. And that is the end of my presentation.